Hello, today's date is April 19th, 2008, and the name of this video is The Pussy Renaissance is Coming to an End. I'll say that again, and this is directed toward you women. The Pussy Renaissance is coming to an end. And basically what this video is about is the fact that if you ever remember back reading history, you know that there was an era in our time where women had all this control, or when the church had all this control over people. And of course, if you wanted to believe that the earth was flat or round, you most certainly could not do that without having to either be dipped in oil or sent to prison or whatever. Or if you wanted to believe that the sun revolved around the earth, or the earth revolved around the sun, you'd better believe that the earth or the sun revolved around the earth, or else you'd be again be tortured or killed or whatever. So the church pretty much controlled everything. Well, the Renaissance period came about, and it was this period of enlightenment where people started to question the church. They started to question the dogma that they were living under, created by the church. And then, of course, there was the situation with science and technology started to be vastly explored, and different territories. Of course, there was the exploration era as well that all fell into the Renaissance period. I don't want to get into a long-winded discussion about what the Renaissance was. It happened in Europe, though. Mainly Italy, France, Germany. But what this video is about how you women with your vaginas, your pussies, seem to think that you can have 50 to 100 guys under your belt and there will be no stigma for it. You think that, ha, I can sleep with 100 guys. I can still find a good guy when I'm ready, because guys are so desperate today, they'll settle for me. Whereas in the 1950s, if a woman had 3 guys under her belt, she was ostracized and she had better move out of town because people knew her reputation. So, you women out there, and I laugh at you because you think you're real cute with this thing. So you know exactly what you're doing to men. Hoochie coochie, I got my little pussy. I love this power. This power is so great. I don't want guys to end this power because I want to hold on to it for as long as I can. Like when I place my personal ads on the internet and 10,000 guys respond to it, and I don't have to respond to anything, and it doesn't matter how many guys I hang out or sleep with or whatever, because there's plenty of good, decent guys with good paying jobs that'll put up with my bullshit, blah, blah, blah. You know the deal. And in the last 15, 20 years, you guys have been living that reality. Maybe longer, I'm going to say within 15, 20 years, with the way television has made men out to be castrated wimps and women these sexual beings, and these heterosexual feminists have probably been the biggest culprits of this problem, along with the CIA and feminism and the Illuminati. They all tie in together. And you women out there seem to think that you're going to continue with this madness. You think that you're going to continually dump guys like crazy. You think you're going to just continually go on and on and on with the same old crap. You're going to just sit there and use and abuse guys and keep doing this over and over and over. And of course, you don't need to date guys like Steve or Bill or Dwayne, because you've got 50 or 150 choices to choose from within a 1-mile radius of you, let alone if you move to a new town, boom, you got 150 more choices within a 1-mile radius. And this is something that you're so used to. See, a woman doesn't even have to have a good reputation anymore. All she's got to do is be mildly flirtatious, have a vagina, have mediocre to average looking looks and a dumpy ass clothes, and she can still attract men. And guess what? Your power structure is going to come to an end, and I'm going to see to it in my lifetime. I've said this as well as Bill has said this, and Dwayne has said this, that you women have stolen our youth. You've rejected us systematically. When we ask you out, when we go out and we see how you treat us and how you treat countless millions of other men around the world, you seem to think that this Renaissance period you're living in is so great, and you're not going to let go of it. And I'm sure there were people in the Renaissance period didn't want to let go of the Renaissance either, because it was such a magical period of time. It gave people who once were brainwashed or controlled by the church the ability to express themselves artistically, scientifically, whatever. Galileo, Copernicus, you name it. There were hundreds, maybe thousands of different people. But your power structure is going to come to an end. And Bill has a 10-year-old son or 11-year-old son who's probably going to go through true forced loneliness if things don't change, and we plan on changing them. So you can shake the hoochie coochie and shake your little vagina around because you're so used to getting your way, you're so used to shaking your boobs, and you're so used to guys doing this. And you women know exactly that you're doing this. You know precisely that you have the power, and even sisters, even my own sister, I love her, she will stand up for her own sex before she will stand up for her own flesh and blood. And this is how you women all are. You might have a nerdy brother, a good-looking brother, and there's 3 of you sisters. You will sell him to the fucking wolves before you will ever stick up for him in favor of your female sex. And you women, you understand you're doing this. You've got the media behind you. You've got the fashion industry. You've got American Idol behind you. You've got every form and resource behind you. But guess what? The 10% of the men that are being displaced because of the sexual so-called freedom that you have, because you can pick, choose, be cruel to, we're going to be the biggest ripple effect that you've ever seen in your fucking life. And we're sick of your bullshit. And I'll tell you right now, I'm saying this right at the top of my lungs because this is the best time to record these videos when I'm angry. You think you can just walk around and shake the hoochie coochie and know that every time I go into a place like Home Depot or the store, or I go to the restaurant or whatever, it doesn't matter where I go, I see these women dressed up and they all act like they're hot shit. Whether they got a ring on their finger, whether they're single, they think they're hot fucking shit. And they always think they're hot shit because they know that even if they're with a guy now, they can dump them for 150 other guys. And guess what, women? We're going to go back to the times when you didn't do this shit. In other words, if a woman had 50 guys under her belt, she's going to have to move 100 or 500 miles away from home and start all over again because her reputation is going to be shot. And this is the way you women are. You don't care what you do to men. You're so used to your renaissance, your pussy renaissance, I call it that. That's the pussy renaissance. In fact, I think I'll coin a phrase here, the pussy renaissance. That's exactly what it is. It's a period in history, and maybe we'll call this the pussy renaissance, started from 1988 and beyond, where women realized that their pussies had so much power and weight to them that they could just hoochie coochie coochie and shake their pussy around, and they could do all this stuff. So, that being said, it's going to change and it's going to end. And we know it's going to end because the responses that I've been getting in my videos are remarkable. I've been getting tons of positive responses from guys that are not all of them are necessarily agreeing 100%. Some are saying, well, I still think it's biology, blah, blah, blah. It's that same old David D'Angelo argument. And the one thing we've agreed upon, and I've talked to Bill about this, even if there's some truth to the biology thing that women pick the men, the fact that our society is going to shit because of this so-called pseudo-sexual renaissance for the hoochie coochie my pussy generation, we're going to need to go back to the way things were because we need to have better morality and we need to have better future for our children. And this 10% ripple effect, what we're going to get from this people of true forced loneliness, guys that will never find a woman, not because that's just the way it is in nature, but because the system is geared against them. Years ago, like I said, guys could always find a woman, and a decent woman they could fall in love with, have kids, get married, blah, and live happily ever after. But this pussy renaissance has been such a great, wonderful ride for you women, but we're going to end it. The pussy renaissance will be coming to an end very shortly, and I just want you to know that. And that's about that for now. And I'm going to sign out of here now. And women, I want you to think about it. Your pussy renaissance period, it's going to take maybe 5-10 years. Who knows, maybe we'll be in World War III by then, but we're going to end your pussy renaissance. The pussy renaissance will be ended. And I know it's a sad state of affairs. I tell you what, if I were you women, I would enjoy the pussy power as long as you can. And you're going to continue doing it with your pussies. You average-looking women with mediocre looks who don't physically exercise or run marathons like I do, but still think you don't need to because you're so hot. You're so fucking hot. Guess what? Guys are going to start having standards now. Bill's son, Jason, is going to start having standards now, and we're going to see this bullshit change. I'm out of here. Bye-bye.